Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hope and I hope you are doing well. And if you're not, you've come to the right place. Today's video is especially for you and it was inspired by a friend of mine who's currently going through some major life challenges in their life. And they reached out to me and admitted that they were feeling sad and asked if I had like any advice, any remedies or any tools or tips to help them deal with this sadness. So I shared with my friend these 7 powerful steps, which I also take myself anytime I'm overcome with these feelings of sadness. And yeah, I thought I'd share them with you guys in today's video. So let's get straight into it. 7 powerful steps to overcoming sadness. Number 1 on the list is congratulate yourself for acknowledging your sadness. First and most important step to overcoming or dealing with anything is to admit there's a problem in the first place, right? And this is why I also say not just only acknowledging it, is to congratulate yourself, because it's a big first step. Once you do that, now you can move on to actually identifying and dealing with these emotions. So number 1 on the list is there, and it's an important one because once you acknowledge and congratulate yourself, you give yourself permission now to delve deeper and to uncover some things to actually overcoming this sadness. So that's number 1. Number 2 on the list is to sit with your sadness. Your emotions are there for a reason, right? So I always recommend people to actually sit with any emotion they're feeling, whether that's overwhelming, whether that's fear or anxiousness, and in this case, sadness. Sit with your emotions. They're trying to tell you something. They're trying to reveal something to you. But we're usually taught to only celebrate and highlight the good emotions, right? Happy, joyful, excited. And whereas these are really good emotions and they make us feel good, so are the other ones, like the feelings of sadness. I find that once you actually face these so-called negative emotions or negative feelings, they actually can be less damaging because you've acknowledged them. They're not usually acknowledged, right? It's always, if you're feeling sad, oh, don't worry about it, forget about it, try and cover it up or bottle it inside and put on a happy face when all you want to do is be sad. So honor that emotion, sit with your sadness, and if possible, make friends with it. It's not going to be around for a long time, but just by acknowledging it and sitting with it, it can actually reveal some very important things for you on how to deal with it. So yes, sit with your sadness, sit with any of your emotions, as they're often trying to tell you something. Number 3 on the list is get active. Yes, if you're not a fitness fanatic, that's fine. You can simply go for a walk. Go for a walk down the road, go for a walk in your local park, go for a walk down the road in the bridge, whatever. Be outside, keeping active. If you can't get outside, then perhaps put on some upbeat music on at home. I love doing this as well. Put on some upbeat music at home and just dance around your home. Dance around your place, wave your arms around, wave your legs, just keep the body moving, being active. And if you're into yoga, perhaps do some yoga as well, or stretching, simple stretching. Anything active is a kind of purging as well. It's a form of release, and it actually makes you feel good because you're actually getting your blood pumping, you're getting your body moving, and it sends these feel good hormones to your bodies, which I'll speak on more later as well. But yes, getting active, doing something physical is a really great and stabilizing mood enhancer. So yes, that's number 3, is get active. Number 4 on the list is journal or free writing. One of my favorites, and you're going to be hearing quite a lot about writing things down on this channel because I'm a really big believer in writing down anything you're feeling. In this case, it's sadness. So get a piece of paper and a pen, and again, you just write down what you're feeling. Today I'm feeling sad and I don't know why. Or today I'm feeling sad because, and then you just write down anything that comes to your mind. If you don't really know what to write, do some free writing. Really good. Again, a good form of purging is just to get a piece of paper and you write down anything that's coming to your head, anything that comes to mind. You write it down. Don't censor yourself, don't question yourself. If you want to write curse words, if you want to swear on the paper, do it. Let it all out. Bring it from inside of you and put it down on this piece of paper. And once you do that, put down the pen and breathe. because it's very, very cathartic and it's very, very therapeutic. Once you write down these emotions, whatever they are, you will actually begin to see a pattern. It'll start revealing itself to you, even things you might not have thought that you were feeling sad about. It's there on that piece of paper. So I highly recommend writing down things, right? Some of the best songs out there, these artists have written, some of the best songs come from pain, come from heartbreak, they come from sadness. So if you're not like an award-winning writer, still write down anything you're feeling, your emotions, your pain. It really is a good form of purging. So number 5 on the list, and talking of purging, is let it all out, is by crying. Yes, cry. Again, your emotions are there trying to show you something. So if you really feel like crying, it's one of my favorite things to do actually, is to just cry, whether it's for something good or something bad. Sometimes I don't even know why I'm crying, but I just honor it and let it all out. Cry. It's a really good form of releasing. It's a really good form of purging, and you'll feel better for it just crying. Okay, so I highly recommend it. Don't worry, don't watch no face, don't wait for anyone's watching you, or if they're not, cry. It's really, really healthy as well. Okay, so number 6 on the list is give yourself time. There is no stamp date by when you should feel happy again, right? Give yourself time, give yourself a duvet day, give yourself duvet days where you're just at home and you're by yourself or with people who love and care for you, and you just give yourself time, right? There is no time limit for you to be happy by. So however long it takes, be there for yourself as well. Give yourself time, however long it takes for you, right? And only you know how long that is. If you do find yourself actually like this sadness is going on for a bit longer than you thought, only you'll know how long that is. But if you do find this sadness really being overwhelming and quite debilitating, and it's preventing you from doing normal day-to-day things, then this leads me on to number 7, and that is to speak to a professional. Yes, speak to a therapist, a counselor, a holistic practitioner, someone that's qualified, someone that's trained on dealing with emotions such as these. So a therapy, thank God the days of that the stigma were attached to being seen a therapist have long gone. It's more actually quite not only popular, but it's actually recommended that you seek professional help, because the sadness actually could be an even deeper seated trauma that's going on, that has been going on all your life. So once you actually speak to a trained professional, you can now begin to uncover, dissect, really get to the root cause of this sadness. So I highly recommend you speak to a professional, speak to a counselor, or speak to a spiritual life coach like myself, someone that knows what you're going through, especially if you're going through a spiritual awakening where your whole world has just been turned upside down. So I highly recommend that. Speak to a professional. And number sub 7, should I say, on that list is to also speak to either a trusted friend or family member that you really trust, and you can just speak about your emotions, speak about what's going on in your life, right? They say a problem shared is a problem halved. So sometimes just by speaking to someone you trust, or shoulder can be a shoulder to cry on, or it could just be someone that stays with you in silence and just holds that space for you to be safe. If you want to speak about it, you can. If you just want to sit in silence with someone, do that as well. But yeah, speak to a trusted friend or a family member as well, because when you do share your problems, it actually relieves it. So I highly recommend that. Speak to a friend or family member. So that's it. I thought I would end with a little bonus, how serendipitous, how life works, how the synchronicities just come into form. So I saw a Twitter thread the other day by A Note to Care, and they were doing this thread on, what was it, psychology tricks to boost your happiness hormones. And I thought, wow, that really ties in with what I'm speaking about today. So I thought I would share with you guys the steps that they recommended, also ways to increase your happiness hormones. So let's get straight into that as well. A little bonus here. So your happiness hormones. Number 1 is the dopamine, right? You've heard of dopamine, you all know what dopamine is. If you don't, dopamine is the body's feel-good neurotransmitter that drives our body's reward system and plays a vital role in how we feel pleasure. So ways to stimulate dopamine, your dopamine levels is, as I mentioned earlier, listen to upbeat music, eat a sweet treat, get a good night's sleep. We all feel better after a good night's sleep, right? Complete a small task, no matter how small, because it makes you feel pleasurable. So these are really good ways of stimulating your dopamine levels. The next feel-good hormones we have are the endorphins. These are the body's natural painkillers, and it helps to relieve pain and increases pleasure. So ways to stimulate endorphins are exercising, you burn essential oils, eat dark chocolate, or watch some comedy, something that makes you laugh. Next is the oxytocin. The oxytocin is the bonding hormone, sometimes called the love drug, and it is associated with empathy and connection to others. Ways to increase oxytocin levels are, if you have pets at home, pet your cat or dog or your guinea pig. Next is to hug someone. You can even hug yourself. It's very possible and it's very doable. Try it now. See? Hug someone, including yourself. Next is cook for a loved one. Again, this includes yourself. You should also be your own loved one. But yes, one of my love languages is cooking. So cook for a loved one and holding hands. All these raises and increases your oxytocin levels. Next, we have the serotonin. And these are the mood stabilizing neurotransmitters that reduces stress and helps to boost your mood. And ways to increase serotonin levels are get some sun, go for a walk, practice meditation, do some cardio. And that's it. Those were the psychology tricks to increase your happiness hormones and the 7 powerful steps to overcoming sadness. Oh, thank you guys. I hope you found this video really useful, especially if you are going through sadness, especially if you're feeling this really normal and natural human emotion of sadness. Follow these seven powerful steps and the tricks to boost your happiness hormones, and you'll definitely be well on your way to leading a much more fulfilled and happier life. Thank you for watching. If you know anyone that actually is going through sadness, perhaps share this video with them. Also, leave a comment in the comment section and tell me on, if I've not listed it, what are the ways you do? What are some of the things you do to boost your happiness, to make you happy? Leave it in the comment section, share it with us. And also remember to like this video and to subscribe to the growing team, and also to switch on your notifications to be notified of any time I do post more videos, which I will be doing. So thank you for watching. I'm wishing you lots of love, lots of happiness, inner power and a fulfilled life. Until the next time, do have a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening where you are. Thank you for watching.